Many thanks for staying with us. Earlier on the news, we told you about Stampede incidents that happened in Abuja, Anambra, and some other areas in the country that claimed lives, and most especially children in those incidences where food palliatives were shared to them. And now to bring this to the fore, I have joining me a public affairs analyst, Jide Ojo. Thank you so much, Mr. Jide Ojo, for your patience and your time on the news.
It's my pleasure, Lekon. Good evening. Compliments of the season.
Same to you, sir. So in Ibadan, 35 children, in Abuja, 10, 27 in Anambra, all these people or persons died while palliatives were being distributed in a humanitarian cause. And Nigerians are asking the questions, how grim is the suffering the Nigerians are being faced with right now, leading to this?
Lekon, the truth that stares you and I and many Nigerians in the face is that the country is going through an excruciating poverty and hunger level. And this is what has become manifest because it's not the first time palliative will be shared. We've been hearing of palliatives, at least in the recent times since the time of COVID-19. And not in 2020, 2021, 22, 23 have we witnessed a kind of unprecedented carnage and death as a result of going for just one or two noodles of rice. Beyond the incidents in Ibadan, Okija, and Abuja, you recall that even on February 23 this year, while the Nigerian Customs Service was trying to sell cheap rice, I think they asked people to pay 20,000 for 50 kilograms of rice that was seized. 7 people died in Lagos in a stampede. That was on February 23. In March, at the nearby Nasarawa State University, 2 students of Nasarawa State University were, trampled upon and they died, while the palliative that was given by the Nasarawa State government was being distributed to the students. And now we have seen in quick succession, last Thursday, 19th of December, in Oyo State, 35 children, still counting, dead. And Okija, 27 still counting, dead. And Abuja, 10 still counting, dead. This tells you the story that the economy is not doing well, in spite of what the handlers of the economy may want to tell Nigerians. Because like I said, it's not the first time palliatives will be distributed.
Okay.
So how come it's going awry at this season? Well, why is it that more people than expected are not turning up to collect just a token of relief materials that we will serve them for two days?
Well, government will say that it provided palliatives and interventions to businesses and households. And recently, the House of Reps will be delivering over 704 million naira to Nigerians to cushion the effect of the hardship. And some people would say maybe that is enough.
It's not enough and can never be enough. I think the model, we can't rule out the fact that at seasons like this, friends and family reach out to loved ones to assist them to have a joyful Christmas and New Year celebrations. And it is part of the tradition, global phenomenon, that this happens. So we cannot say that this should be stopped. But I think in future, when we are having this kind of palliative distribution, it should be better coordinated with security agencies, helping to cordon off and streamline and make sure that the crowd, there is adequate crowd control at such venues where palliatives will be given. But beyond that, we could also look at perhaps, rather than asking people to come and take foodstuff. You can monetize it, collect their bank account, and make it like a conditional cash transfer, which the federal government is doing. Because that way, it is seamless. You just say, okay, if you know you are in dire need, come and register from so date to so date. They will have registered before the day of the disbursement.
Okay.
And on the day of disbursement, all you just do is to transfer the money to them. So they can buy whatever foodstuff they want to buy, rather than having venues of palliative distribution turn into killing fields. This is quite unfortunate, but the larger solution to all of this is to improve the economy so that people will stop, turning out in droves. They will stop turning out in droves for this kind of tokenism. Because whatever it is, whether it's the 700 million that the House of Reps want to share or the other intervention of the state government, it still amounts to tokenism. Many of these people collect maybe 2 kg, 5 kg of rice. A family of 4, how long will it take them to eat off 5 kilogram of rice? Can it last them for 1 week? And also, there are other condiments that they will need. And so people are really high up. It tells the story of how acute hunger is really plaguing Nigeria at this point.
Okay.
And like I said, we need to just look into how to improve the welfare of citizens of this country so that this issue of palliative will stop to be very attractive to them as a means of solving their hunger pangs.
And do you think the criminalizing of the situation in terms of the humanitarian cause leading to some sort of carnage or death, do you think that is right by the IGP?
I think that is unfortunate. We shouldn't criminalize this. Whether you talk of Ibadan, Okija or Abuja, this is not an exploitative humanitarian assistance. It is purely a gesture that is in sync with a season of love, a season of merriment like Christmas. And it is not the first time. This is a time-honored festive gestures where people share, even offices share foodstuffs to their staff to enable them to enjoy Christmas. State governments do same for civil servants and all of that. So I think it would be wrong to criminalize this. What I think should be done by the security agencies, that whether they are invited or not, when they have this kind of situation, they should avail themselves to help coordinate and control the crowd. They should just not wait for them to be invited, because their primary responsibility is ensuring law and order. So wherever they see a chaotic situation, they don't have to say, oh, we were not invited. If you were not invited and you are a law enforcement and you see a surging crowd and you have the expertise to help bring the situation under control,
okay,
then you should do it. You should do it. So I don't think it's right for the IG or the Nigeria police to criminalize these kind of gestures by the various philanthropies. It's a time-honored gesture. It's just that this 2024, it tells the story that our hunger situation has become so acute that people will struggle to even get a 1 kilogram of rice,
yes,
or other foodstuffs.
Yeah, we understand.
And that is just the story that this brings to mind. And we need to do something. Government at different levels needs to do something on how to alleviate hunger and poverty in the land.
And we hope this will not happen again. Hopefully, we pray. Thank you so much, Jide Ojo, for sharing your thoughts with us on the news.
It's my pleasure. Compliments.
Yes, compliments of the season to you too.